So welcome everyone to another CHAOSS Africa meeting. My name is Ruth, the community lead. We have a very short agenda today, and this is we also talked about the last time we met. We talked about planning for CHAOSScon Africa. So even I think we have a short agenda. So depending on how far it goes, usually we'll keep 15 minutes. This call usually 1 hour. Or from now on, we'll start keeping 15 minutes for the call to plan CHAOSScon Africa and talk about other things as we start the planning. Like I said, welcome, Gray again. We'll go to focus group updates from people. I don't know, is anybody from developers focus group here? I think Adika just joined, so what's happening over there?
Hi Ruth. Hi everyone. Just one quick update. So we are currently on a 2-week sprint to clear up issues on the badging website, and it's currently going on. We should end by next week. Then we also aim to conduct like a short training versus workshop for the developers to help us with open source contributions. So we are thinking in the light of how to use Git and GitHub, then things like how to sign off your commits. So that is still like in the plan. We are working on how we are going to carry out that out. So I think that's that for now.
Okay, that's great. I think that's like for the sprints, what's how are you currently running the sprints right now?
Okay, so our last meeting, that was last Thursday. So for those that were present, what I did was to walk people through the issues. So not just that, oh, there are issues on the website. So on the repo rather, you guys should just go pick one. No, like I walked the attendees, I walked them through the issues on the website so they can see what the problem was. And then now asked anyone interested in picking up issues to indicate interest. So people knew what they wanted to work on, and then they went to the GitHub repo to ask to be assigned on those issues. So that's basically it. Some people have submitted pull requests already, which is very encouraging.
Oh, that's nice. That's really, really lovely. So I like the fact the fact that people are able to engage too. So does that like how would you say the participation rate picked up from this engagement?
You mean generally?
Yes, generally.
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. But I would say that contribution is more focused, because what I tried to do differently from the normal and even from the last time, which was the peer programming approach, was to say, oh, okay, so we are doing this together, like bring everybody on board. Like in 2 weeks, we have to finish this. I am going to be asking you personally on Slack channel, where are you at? And then to help people like really understand what it is we are trying to achieve. So people were able to see it. They were able to actually even point out what I am missing out. So this kind of collaboration with code development I think I was able to get more outcome from it because of the pull request I have seen. I think I got 4 or so over the weekend, which is cool.
Okay, I think if we I'll continue approaching things and being consistent with something like that, people can in the long run
Yeah.
up
Mm-hmm.
things can pick up at least in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
For people that
Yes.
I don't know, Rugwe, are you in any of this group? Like Rugwe, just like if you're not here, introduce himself as a that he does like backend stuff. So I don't know, Rugwe, if you have
I know. I know Gwe. I know him. He's actually part of us.
okay, that's great then.
Mm-hmm. And I am hoping to replicate this thing with the half force when we are done, with badging to some extent, because there's still a lot to do with the badging. But once we are done with that, we want to also focus on the project badging. You know, we have event badging and then project badging. But then once we are done, we can replicate that with half force to say we have 2 weeks and this and this and this is what we want to see at the end of those 2 weeks. So who is ready and available to pick it up? And only people that are really available, because there are times that you give people issues and the next 2 weeks, 3 months, they are still working on it, or they eventually tell you, oh, please, can you assign this to someone else? I'm no longer available for this. But then the thing that I emphasized on was, are you available right now to quickly work on this thing? And I think that worked also.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Well done there. I'm trying to
Thank you.
get
Thank you.
good. I'll go to the next group. Design. Is anybody from design here? Is anybody from design that wants to share what you guys are working on? Okay. How about technical writers?
Okay, can you hear me?
Harmony is always ever ready. Love it.
Hi, everyone. Not really strong today, but yeah, I can give.
I hope you are getting medication or resting.
Yeah, I'm resting. I'm good. Hi, everyone. Good day, everyone. Hi, folks. So for the technical writers, we had like a success for our monthly session for March, and post analytics we had over 200 plus than the previous one, which is a good progress. And we also had amazing speakers like Anita and Toria. And yes, it was informative session. It was a very good session. We hope to keep the fire burning till the end of the year. Then for the total post analytics was around 700. The last one was over 500 a bit. That tuned in according to Twitter. 756, yes. Then for the everything in open source, the collaboration has been successful. I have sent in about 6 names or 7 names in total to Abigail and team so that we would continue the progress. We are starting this Saturday, and I think some of the focus group members has also gotten, the email address, like email details that they have, people that register to participate, that they would start participating from this week Saturday. So it's every Saturday, and the call is basically to just write articles of African contributors in the open source industry. Then moving on, we have successfully converted one of the podcasts into an article, and it's been reviewed. I'm looking at it. I also sent it to a couple of persons to also look at. So we hope to do more on that regard. Then in our next meeting, we'll be focusing on the conversation we had in the global general meeting of CHAOSS about the working group. So we are going to collect data, I'm already working on a document that would collect data from focus group co-chairs and people that have knowledge in those focus groups, so that we'll be able to have the right data to fill in the website as much as other details. I don't know if I'm too fast.
No, you're going well.
Then also, we are also in line to also look into the issues we have in Slack bot to also provide like a page on GitHub to address the issue that Precious raised earlier on.
What issue is that? What issue is that?
It has to do with links. So the links that are on the Slack bots for mentorship, contributions, and a couple of other stuff has been broken. And we need to like create like a page in GitHub because the handbook is no longer in use. I mean, talks with Elizabeth on that, so hopefully we resolve it before time. So far, that's what we have. And still putting it out there, we intend to have a workshop this quarter. So it's part of our plans this quarter. We're looking towards May or June. Have like a 1 week workshop. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those updates. One question, maybe not question, but like for this, for the collaboration with everything open source, we should plan to do an announcement on our Twitter.
Yes, I skipped it out. Sorry. They requested for brand document. I've reached out to Kingsley, so I'm waiting for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I hope well. Thank you. Is there any question for, and also maybe something else that it would be great, like, are you capturing all these things in a particular document, like all the things you're working on in a particular document? I'm asking this because like, I know towards the end of the year, we try to like collate like all the things we did in the year, right? So this can help us better track, okay, these are things that we engaged in. It's something that you're doing.
Yes, I have a document I'm using to also collect even in terms of analytics for attendees for sessions that we're holding as well, and key achievements, so that when it's time, I will just flesh it out.
Okay.
With screenshots for samples as well, like proofs of the details that there.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Are there any questions for him? Okay. Moving on to disability inclusion. I think Dora is here. Can share.
Hi everyone.
I think the voice is quite muffled. I can't hear you clearly.
I think okay. Let me disconnect the headphone.
Okay. It's just muffled. It's not can I hear you clearly?
Is it better now?
Yeah, I think it's just slightly better.
Oh, okay. So good afternoon everyone. So for the disability inclusion group, I think one of the major things is that we have more attendees. We are like a total of 8 prior to normal 4 or 5 usually are. A total of 8 last meeting, and it was really interactive. Henry shared his idea of how to organize another event like we did last year for people with disabilities, but this time around our target will be high schoolers or people in secondary schools. So myself and Brian were supposed to still reach out to you speak further about that, how it's going to be. But the summary is that we want to reach out to people who are just leaving secondary school who have disabilities, right? So do like a little bit of introduction. So we're going to be collaborating with people who do introduction to tech. We're not going to be in charge of that. And then we work with them, introduce open source and contributing to open source to these high schoolers. So that was one of the things Henry spoke about at the meeting. And another thing is we are planning a podcast. We talk about our work so far with Harmony. We're supposed to conclude on a date and time. Myself and Harmony were still in the talks for that. I think another thing we talked about is the accessibility audit. So we are resuming the audit. We have a new member who is also a very good accessibility auditor. Victoria Nduka. So she's going to be working with myself here, and I think we had someone else. I'm trying not to call her anymore. Hold on. Yeah, Iran, yeah. Here and Iran, they're going to be joining myself and Nida to continue because we were on pause for a while for the accessibility audit. So now, since we have more websites to view, we are going to be working on those. We're looking at, since we have plenty, we are more now, so we just distribute it in a way that we can be working on different websites, maybe the Virgin or the Apple, right? Or we can still work on one. We're still trying to figure out how to do these arrangements. I think finally, we are also here to talk to you about this. We're trying to figure out how to collaborate with open source communities, right? In the open source events like Python Africa, right? And Oscar, we're looking for you to collaborate with them and actually introduce and talk about our work in disability group and how to get people with disabilities to be part of the community, the projects, events, and everything that goes on with open source. So I think that's what we have so far. I don't know if there's anything I'm missing. Winifred, you might want to add something. Oh, she's there. I'm not calling her. I guess she's there.
I
I
think
don't know
we're
if she's
for for the updates. For as regards the event, I think just one idea that I have now is in as much as we want to keep expanding like open source and open source awareness, I think I like us to also think on building on top of existing work. And probably what I mean by this is, for example, the partnership we had with the other community last time. How can we build on that existing work to maybe engage them in a hackathon or engage them in some activity that is not about an awareness, right? So this way we're like, while we still have plans to like keep spreading open source, beginner friendly, what it is, we are also making progress in the ones that we are getting, like as we're getting the ones aware, we're also adding on top existing effort. I don't know if that thought makes if like you get what I'm trying to say. Well, I would like you to like you guys to like think about it in also that angle. How do we build on top of existing work as well? Because it's good to showcase in terms of metrics on how the working group is creating impact.
Yeah, I come to say we are supposed to give feedback. The reason is not giving feedback on the for the people for the last event we held and the one with Oscar Fest is because we are still trying to compile material feedback because these are people. We need to make sure that they are available and they're doing and they're working on something. It's not a case of, oh, I will do it or I will do it. They want to like be sure. That's why we're not giving feedback yet. But that is also in the works because I've been speaking with Hamza and myself and Brian and trying to figure out a way to get them to start actively contributing to chaos. So what we're actually trying to do is to create an environment where there are projects in the chaos community for them to contribute to, not just to bring them into the community and then there's no project for them to work on.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, I'd like to see like as that is moving forward, so if you can like share details with me so that we'll just be aligned there. Then for the question you asked about working with other open source communities, I think Brian, like for example in PyCon, Brian already has like some contacts there. And if there's any community you're looking to engage and I have a contact here, that's with you. Okay. Any questions for sorry. Okay, so I don't know what other working groups do we have? Oh yeah, I didn't go ahead.
Okay. So this is not a question. I just want to kind of encourage the community, CHAOSS Africa, for her members to be attending the larger community meeting that will occur on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. on West African time. So I noticed that we don't have a lot of our members in there. And that's where everything that has most things or everything has to do with chaos as a community happens. You hear people give suggestions on how we can even make the community better, more inclusive. The last time we were talking about decision making in the different groups and working groups that we have. So participating in this kind of meetings kind of give you a broader perspective, a broader knowledge of what the community is all about and how you can be a better participant in the community. The second one is that I also want to encourage anyone looking to join a working group to join the DEI working group. So right now, because of issues that is going on in the United States of America, that has to do with the government not backing DEI initiatives and all that, we now have like lesser participation in the working group. So if you are interested in community belonging, in sustainability, equity, diversity, I just want to encourage you to join this working group. That's where we also discuss, diversity, we discuss DEI in general, we discuss the badging project, we discuss accessibility and the education project that Peculiar is handling. So you get to hear updates on these different working groups, and then you are able to contribute better. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Adinka, for that. Like I definitely agree. Like everybody should participate in the Tuesday meetings, like the bigger meetings, because like CHAOSS Africa is just the chapter and CHAOSS is the project, right? So it's a very good it's very good that people participate there. You get to know more about what the community is about. You get to meet more people. You get to participate in things on on a global scale than what we're doing here as well. So definitely encourage you to attend those meetings. You can add it to your calendar. Maybe I should just quickly show that, especially because like for me, I'm subscribed to CHAOSS's calendar. So it's very easy for me to see the meetings and know what meetings to attend. So if you want to do that, you can just chaos.community. And then you can navigate to the calendar. Yes, calendar. Yes, CHAOSS meetings. And you can subscribe to particular, I think the way we've worked on it now, you can subscribe to any working group that you're interested in. So you can either choose to subscribe to all the meetings or CHAOSS Africa, CHAOSS Community, but these two ones are like really, really important if you're a member of this group, and subsequently other ones like that Adinka has talked about, like the DI working group, because it expands you to understand more about the community. So thank you for bringing that up. I think research, is anybody from research group here to give updates? Okay. Yep. So I think we can, is there any other group I'm missing? For how many are here? Community. I think we're community. I think Mary Blessing is here. Is there any update you want to give to us? That was maybe for my missing and focus group, but okay. All right. Okay, no problem. So moving on to the next agenda item. So if you have been seeing Oscar Fest, it's going to happen on the 14th to 16th of August. If you're interested in submitting a call for proposal or a topic, a session, you can find the CFP here. I just wanted to show it to people that that is open. So if you're interested in speaking, definitely encourage you to submit the talk. So yeah, that's about I think we have some minutes. Are there any conversations that I want to bring up before we move to the CHAOSS Con planning? Okay. Okay, I don't think there are any ones. So for CHAOSS Con, if you want to be part of like the planning, you can stay behind, but if not, you can like exit the meeting. But the update for, maybe before we move to that, the update for CHAOSS Con is like we're co-locating it under Oscar Fest, same as what we did the last time. It's going to be on the 12th because of the venue that we want to use, as opposed to like 13th. So yeah, that's the update, a general update for everybody. But if you would love to be part of the committee planning this, you can stay behind. But if not, you can like exit the meeting. Okay. I'm guessing. Let's see. Basayo, can you drop the link to the sheets, the planning sheets? So.
Okay.
So for all the people, I think that means people are interested in doing this, so that's why you're still here. There's a Slack channel that we have. It's CHAOSS on Africa. Let me see. All right, I hope I spelled this well. This is the Slack channel for organizing. So just trying it out. Does this date work for everybody? I didn't wanted to use 13th. It's a Tuesday. But the venue that we used the last time, that's the perfect venue, honestly speaking. If you are there, it gives us like a very good spacing and also like a side place where we can do a buffet. So I had to make the call to choose Tuesday instead. They don't have 13th is not available, 14th is not, but they have 15th, and 15th is Oscar Fest, like peak day. So it's not even going to work. This meeting, people talk, oh, you don't keep quiet.
Okay, I think 12 sounds I think it's okay. Particularly when you've mentioned the reasons why you actually chose 12.
I forgot to stop recording. Sorry, guys. Let me stop the
Okay.
When use the
I think 12 is because we can't have 13. 12 is fine. But I think the question I would want to ask